Joining us now in the booth, captain to captain, Patrice Bergeron joins us. I wonder what your first impression of Brad Marchand was.
Well, what I saw was a very determined kid that wanted to make an impression any way he could. I remember seeing him at Def Camp the first time, and then obviously at training camp, and I just saw a kid that was determined, that was eager to learn, and wanted to, stick around and make a name for himself any way he could.
When you see the Brad Marchand of today, and you obviously saw him back in 2010, we talk about his growth as a player. Where's the biggest growth from your point of view in Brad's game?
I think his awareness, in the air, in so many areas, but I think it's the way that he's just approaching each and every game with the experience. I think he used to, at times, making people kind of tick or get under their skin in a way that, maybe was taking his game off as well. And I think over time he learned to do it in a way that it was hurting the other team, and he was actually thriving on it. You know what I mean? And I think over time he's become one of the best left wingers in the game. So I'm so proud of him.
And one of the best penalty killers in this situation.
Yes, he's been pretty lethal on the kill, and it was making things easy for me to be with them out there.
So how do you read each other on the PK?
I think it was a lot about just instinctual, reading off each other. We've played together for so long, and I think we had kind of the same mindset on the penalty kill, where of course you want to defend first and foremost, but you also, if you do have an opportunity to get out there, you want to attack, and sometimes teams don't, are not expecting that.
How difficult was it, Patrice, to rein him in, because he needs to play with that edge?
Kucherov sends it over Coyle and Ullmark. It's 2-0 Bolts.
Yeah, just 7 seconds left on the Heinen penalty, too. The Bruins are doing a decent job fighting through this power play for Tampa Bay. They just got so much talent, particularly Kucherov and Stamkos. They're magical with the puck. They look people off, and they can both score goals with tremendous shots. And we talked about Kucherov in that first period, Jack. He had that clean breakaway. Ullmark makes the stop, but he can't seal off the short side. He can't get himself back up across the crease, seal off that short side post, and Kucherov finds the back of the net. Power play goal. Yeah, just I was curious. Obviously you had a lot to do with making sure that he stayed focused and and played the game the right way, but yet you still wanted him to play with that nasty.
Yes, for sure. I think he over time, I think he learned to not cross that line, if you will. And obviously there's been a lot of conversations over time, whether it was with me, the coaching staff, and whatnot. But he's one of those guys that he's eager to learn all the time. He's open to criticism and wants to better himself. And I think I've seen the evolution, him maturing into the player and person that he is today. And again, it's kudos to him for his consistency, and also everything that he's been able to accomplish, and his longevity is pretty amazing.
The competitive fire in him is more than any player I have ever seen.
I agree, and it's not just in game, it's in practices as well, and he's going to let you know that he wants that puck, and he wants guys to compete and be accountable, and that's probably his biggest strength as a leader. He's going to lead by example, but he's also going to let his teammates know if we're slacking.
He talks about, I'll celebrate this 1,000th game tonight, but, he doesn't see the end in sight at all. And as a guy yourself that played a long time, and the sport evolves, it changes all the time. And how do you stay ahead of that curve so you're not just a relevant player, but you're one of the best players in the game?
Yeah, no, I think it goes with work ethic first and foremost. He's got that. He's got that competitive edge, and you know, he doesn't want to take no for an answer. So I think that just pushes him and to oh yeah, there it is.
McAvoy from Marchand.
This is a good response by Boston. You don't like to give up a power play goal. Jack, you mentioned how much Tampa lives off their power play in terms of winning hockey games in this league. And the Bruins are able to answer that Kucherov power play goal by getting this back to 1-goal game. This is offensive zone time. Get a little traffic in front, a purposeful shot from the point, puck possession, win some pucks, win some races, 5-man rotation in the offensive zone with a shot mentality. McAvoy gets active. He's ready to shoot, and he just one-times it through some traffic.
Kevin and Lynn Marchand enjoying their son's 1,000th game more with the 58-second response.
Well, we talked about it in the first period. You know, when the Bruins hang on to the puck, tops of the circles down, deep into the offensive zone. Yeah, you can use the low-high game when necessary, but so much generates with puck possession down deep, particularly against Tampa. Force them to play down deep.
Brad says the game inside his head changed with the World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've noticed the same thing, you know, with him and the way that he approached it, and you know, I think he realized that he was one of the best players in the world, and I don't think he really had that. I guess he didn't really understood that before he got to the World Cup and did what he did. So I think after that, his confidence level went up, increased, and took off from there. Really, it was a treat to watch him evolve like he did.
You know, you guys were awesome to play together, and we loved doing your games, and we marveled. I mean, whether it was a set play off an offensive zone draw or draws all over the ice for that matter, do you feel because of the way that you saw the game and the way you played, it allowed Brad to be a little bit more risk-free, you know, to take a few more chances?
I think in a way we were like complimenting each other so well that, you know, I knew that he was obviously so gifted offensively in making those plays that I kind of wanted to be that safe player and be there for him or whoever was playing with us to, you know, to cover and to kind of send them free and play their game and really have that, yeah, that freedom and that creativity that he has. So in a way, you know, hopefully it was helping, but I really enjoyed it was a treat for me to be his line mate for so many years.
So we know you dread talking about yourself, but so many players say in retirement, I'll think about that. Mm-hmm. So what event stands out in your career?
Well, of course, the 2011, you know, winning the cup with my teammates is something that I'll never forget. I'll cherish for the rest of my life, and I've said that many times. I think it's the friendships that I've been able to build and establish over the years. It's, you know, I feel so lucky to and grateful to have been able to play for so long, but also experience so many great things and get to know so many amazing people, and I've become a better person because of it. So it's been a true blessing for me, and I'm, you know, thankful for it every day.
Well, when you announced your retirement, one of your comments was that this Bruins team was in good hands. Obviously, we know what you meant in terms of the leadership torch being passed and Brad Marchand assuming that captain's role. But the team itself, you felt like this was going to be a good team, so you're not surprised by their position in the standings, are you?
No, I'm not. You know, and I said that even when it happened. You know, when I announced my retirement story in the beginning of the year, I knew it was you know, going to be a good year for them. There's too much, you know, character and experience and leadership in this locker room not for it to happen and be successful for them. And I think sometimes when you are being doubted a bit, you know, from whether it's from the media or people on the outside, I think it, as I said, I talked about character. I think it kind of triggers those guys to perform even more so.
In 2019, when Brad finished with 36 goals and 64 assists for 100 points, Brick, leaving the booth, said, I wish it was 37 and 63.
I didn't even think of that. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, because you two are bonded in hockey history.
Yeah, I mean it's an honor, to be seen, I guess, as a duo, and I feel very blessed that we were able to play for so long. I was told by a few of my ex-teammates actually that, do you guys realize how special it is for you guys to have played together for so long and have this friendship and being on the same line for so long? And I was like, you know what, I never really took the time to think about it because I'm so used to it, but I guess you're right, it doesn't really happen often. So and after that day, gratitude was my focus, and being able to kind of to appreciate it and kind of enjoy every day, whether it was practices or games, and really having a lot of fun, and because I knew it was special.
Boston goal scored by number 73.
Bruins on the power play.
Number 63, Brad Marchand. And number 88,
Marchand tosses it back to McAvoy. Low for Van Riemsdyk.
at 2:04.
Anthony Cirelli, and a great save by Ullmark. Off Hagel. Cirelli, another chance.
Yeah, Boston got a little careless on the back check there with the man advantage. At least to a pretty good chance, short-handed for Tampa.
Perbix clears it, and it hits linesman Dan Kelly. So, Patrice, how is retirement treating you?
No, it's been great. It's been, obviously a change of pace, but it's been a lot of fun being able to catch up with family time. I said that many times. I feel like a little bit of an Uber driver, but it's been a lot of fun doing the pickups and drop-offs. And, I've been, I guess, adapting to my family's schedule rather than them adapting to mine for so many years. So feel it's been fun to be a part of it on a day-to-day and really more involved.
Well, everybody says this about you, and I'm in on that. You have made me a better person by the example you set.
I appreciate that. Thank you, Jack. It means a lot.
Since Brad Marchand became a full-time Bruin, the Bruins have the most wins and the most points of any NHL team.
Is that right? That's amazing. I didn't know that. Well, there you go. Talking about his consistency and the impact that he has on a team. I mean, there you have it.
Thank you, Patrice Bergeron. It's always a pleasure.
Miss seeing you out there, buddy. Miss seeing you out
thank
there.
you. Miss being with the guys for sure, but then, enjoying my life now, so it's been good. Thank you. All the best to you guys.